this is not working out. This is not working out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel since I started. I just hit 1,000 subscribers after I uploaded my last video, and I'm still just like at a loss for words. I just can't believe that I made it to 1,000 subscribers. Like, that's crazy to me. So for any of you out there who have supported me, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing, and I really hope that we just continue to grow on this channel together. So again, just thank you so much for joining me on my channel. For those of you who have not subscribed yet, please subscribe before you head out today, because I would love to have you join me on my channel. So for today's video, this is going to be an e.l.f. haul and try on, and I had such a hard time doing my makeup today. Let me know what you think about the look before we get into the tutorial, because I do not like my makeup today, and I will show you guys some of the issues that I ran into while I was trying to do my makeup. I was really excited about this because e.l.f. is one of my favorite brands, and even though I feel like this video the makeup didn't really work out for me today, e.l.f. is still one of my favorite brands. I have some stuff that I'm always gonna, keep buying from e.l.f., and I feel like there are other things out there that I may try in the future, but I just had such a hard time with this look today. Like, nothing was working. That's not true. Some stuff was working, but I just had a time today, y'all. So let's jump right into it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let me know what y'all think about this background. I told y'all in a recent video that my background may be changing here and there because I'm just trying different stuff out. So let me know what you think about that. Okay, so the first two products that I'm gonna try, I'm gonna kind of break my own rule here, and I'm gonna be trying a new foundation, new to me. And normally when I try out a foundation for the first time, I do not try it out with a primer. I just wanna see how the foundation is gonna work all by itself, no help from a primer or any other product. But I think I am gonna try a primer. Maybe I'll just do it on one half of my face to see, so I can compare. But the first product that I'm going to be trying out is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is supposed to be kind of like a drugstore dupe to the Tasha Silk Canvas Primer, so I'm going to be trying this out. And then for the foundation, this is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I am in the shade Tan. Now I can already tell, look at the shade of this. I can already tell that I'm gonna have to like be really creative with this on my face. So I'll show you guys in a minute what I think I need to do to make this work. This was described as a cool pink undertone, but to me it kind of looks dull, like a grayish undertone almost, but I don't know. We'll see if we can make it work. But let's start off with the Poreless Putty Primer, and this is supposed to be exactly what it, ooh, that's very silky. It's supposed to be exactly what it sounds like. It's supposed to create like a poreless effect on your face. So I'm just gonna be applying this kind of like right on the sides of my nose. It feels nice when you first rub your fingers in it, but then it's like when you get past that very top layer, it doesn't feel so nice anymore. It just doesn't feel as smooth when you get past like that first film, I guess. So I'm just putting this right on the sides of my nose where I feel like my pores do go crazy sometimes. I don't know. I don't think I want to put this all over my face, actually. I think I'm just gonna apply it right here. Actually, let me just do my whole cheek. I just want to see. I'm just trying to like dab it on there without moving it around so much. I feel like this is kind of hard to apply. I guess just because it's not liquid, it just feels weird, I guess. I don't know. So it definitely took away some shine over here, but I don't know. I don't think that it made my skin look nice and poreless. Like, if I want to have like that poreless effect, I like using the No Problem primer, and to me this like makes your skin look like super smooth. This didn't really do that. Now maybe I just didn't apply it correctly, because like I said, it was kind of weird to apply. But yeah, my skin, it does look smoother over here though on this side, but it doesn't look as smooth as this, you know what I mean? All right, I'm just shaking up the foundation, and like I said, I think I'm gonna have to get creative with this one here, so we will see. This one again is in the shade Tan. All right, so let's just do a swatch here. Yeah, I can tell that I'm definitely gonna have to mix this with something. It does look like it has a little pink undertone to it, but it looks more neutral to me than it does cool. So what I'm gonna do is the next new product that I'm gonna be trying out, this is one of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealers. This one is in the shade Deep Caramel. I have tried 2 other colors in this foundation. The first one was too dark, not necessarily too dark, it was just too warm. The other one was too light. So I did already have this one, Tan Walnut, and as you can see, this one is just like way too light for me. This one does have a cool undertone, so does this one. So I bought the 2 of these to mix them for my under eye concealer. But I'm gonna take this shade here, Deep Caramel, yes, Deep Caramel, and I'm gonna mix that in with this foundation and let's see what happens. I'm just gonna put a little bit because I feel like I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, so I'm gonna start off, I'm kind of scared, but I'm gonna start blending this out with my sponge. I don't know, do you think I should have tried the foundation color by itself? Looking at it, I just felt like, what's the point? I actually feel like I need a little bit more of the concealer mixed in. And unfortunately, I'm just realizing that I'm not going to really be able to tell like how I like the foundation on its own because I'm mixing it with this concealer. But I can tell you these 2 mixed together, pretty nice, the finish so far. I don't think that looks bad mixed together. It does look like it's kind of blending right into the color of my skin. It's not the greatest match, but I mean, I feel like I did an okay job making it work. Now, I feel like because I'm not really testing this foundation out on its own, which is what I really like to do, if I ever pick this foundation up again, I'm definitely going to have to mix it with this concealer or mix it with something else. And I do think that the primer did smooth out this area a little bit. So I am going to go ahead and put some primer on the other side because now I feel like I'm not really testing the foundation at all on its own because I had to mix it with something. I feel like I'm really smacking my face to get this stuff on. Okay, same thing over here. I'm going to be mixing. Yeah, look at how light that is. There's no way I can wear that on its own. So I'm just going to mix a little bit more of this concealer. Ooh. I do think that's a pretty nice shade match for me though. This foundation and concealer mixed together. I feel like I need a little more concealer on this side of my face. I think it looks like I put more concealer over here. So I'm just gonna go back on this side with just a little bit more. I feel like I need a little Vaseline on my lips. Okay, so this is my foundation. Let me know what y'all think. I do think it is still pulling like a little grayish light. It's just not quite the right shade for me, but I don't think it looks bad considering how light this is for me. But this is the story of my life, especially when it comes to drugstore foundations. I always go through this. It's just really hard for me to find stuff that works for me when it comes to foundations and concealers, but I think I did an okay job, you know, making it work. So let's move on to under eye concealer. So again, I'm taking that same concealer. This is in the shade Deep Caramel, but I'm going to be mixing it with the shade Tan Walnut. So I think I'm going to put this one on first and then add a little bit of this. I have tried this concealer before in the shade Deep Chestnut, and like I said, that one was way too warm for me, but I did like how creamy and full coverage this concealer is. So I'm hoping that mixing these 2 will work. So far they're reminding me of the L'Oreal concealers, which in this one I do have to mix 2 together, so we'll see. So I'm just going to blend out this first layer with my sponge. Then I'm going to go on top of this with a little bit more and blend that out with a brush. So I feel like this gives good coverage, but again, the color is just not quite right. So this time when I go in with the second layer, I think I'm going to put the dark one on first. and then top it off with a little bit of the light shade. And we'll see how this works out. I feel like this is why I'm not like a foundation junkie like some people are, because there's just not a whole lot of options for me to be giddy over to begin with. So I'm also putting a little bit of concealer right on the corners of my mouth because I have a little darkness right there. So this concealer here, I'm going to let this sit so it can thicken up a little bit and give me a little more coverage. I'm going to be doing my brows off camera, and then I'll come back and blend the rest of this out. My brows are not going to be an e.l.f. product. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. This one is in the shade, maybe it's no color. I thought this had a color. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm going to be using this on my brows, and I will be right back. Okay, now I'm just blending out the concealer. This time I'm going to blend it out with a brush so that I'm getting a little bit more coverage. And I feel like this looks a little better with blending in more of the darker shade. So maybe I just should have did like 50-50 the first time around. So this foundation and concealer combo, it's definitely not the best, you know, compared to some other foundations and concealers that I have, but I actually don't think it's bad. Like, this doesn't look bad. It looks wearable, you know. I'm gonna go back with my sponge. I'm just gonna smooth everything out. And I feel like my face looks full coverage, but remember, I do have some of that concealer mixed in with the foundation. So, okay, so this is my base, and let's set everything with, I'm very excited about this one actually. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder, and look at the color of it. It's light pink. So I am super excited about this because I didn't know that e.l.f. had a pink powder. I love pink powders, especially for my under eye. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys the color of it. This looks really, really nice and pink, so I'm very excited about this. I'm just gonna pour some of it. I'm pouring some of it into the lid here. I do feel like it's kind of challenging to get it out of the container though, but I just love the color of this. So even before I put this on my eyes though, it doesn't look all that smooth. Like, it looks like it's like bunching up a little bit. So I'm trying to get it to like smooth out before I dip my sponge in here, but I can't really get it to do more than what it's doing. So I'm just gonna take my sponge. See, it's picking up on the sponge kind of splotchy like, and I don't really like that because it's gonna be splotchy on my under eye. But let's see, it's actually blending out okay for it to have been like splotchy like that. I don't know how I feel about this. This powder. It's like leaving a cast behind. Like, all the other powders that I use, no matter what color they are, they do like completely blend in. Whereas I feel like this one is not doing that. I really, really, really want to go over this powder with my Ben Nye powder, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with this for the sake of trying these products out. I'm going to take some more of this powder to set the rest of my face. Yeah, I feel like this powder doesn't like fully blend into my skin. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks really nice in the pan, in the container, but I'm not a big fan of this powder. It just like sits on my skin. I feel like it left like a crazy white cast on my skin. I feel like my foundation looked a lot better before I set it, so I'm not crazy about this powder. I'm not, you know, I'm not feeling that. So let's move on to some eyeshadow. I'm going to take the concealer in the light shade. This is Tan Walnut. I'm going to use this to prime my lids. Okay, I have two of the e.l.f. Bite Size Snap Shadows here. This one is in the shade Cream and Sugar, and then this one is in the shade Berry Bad. So I have already used the Cream and Sugar one. This is the one I had on my eyes in my last video. I loved this $3 palette. Like, I'm about to go back and get every single one of these things because this palette just blew me away. But since I've already used this one, I'm gonna try the other one, the Very Bad one, today, and I'm assuming that the formula is the same for, you know, all of them. That's what it looks like here. So what I like about these is that they're really simple, so you don't really have to think about it too much, you know, what you're gonna do in your eye, because there's not a whole lot of options. So I'm gonna start off with, I think I'm gonna use this shade here as my main lid color. Now I do have another, this is one of the e.l.f. What is the name of this shade? This is called Flirty Birdy. This is one of the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows. I may incorporate this into my look today, I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna start off with this. These don't have colors or names, right? No, they don't have names, but I'm gonna start off with this shade here. I'm gonna put that on the majority of my lid. Oh, this is so pretty. These eyeshadows are so pigmented. It's just, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. They are just like, I said in my last video that the Cream and Sugar palette, like the formula of it was really reminding me of the Pat McGrath formula when I was putting it on. They're just so pigmented. I can't get over that. I'm gonna go in with this matte shade on the end, and I'm gonna put that on the outer part of the lid. I'm taking a little bit of that same color, but just on a different brush, just to drag this into my crease area. Then I'm putting this third shade. I'm gonna use that for the lower lash line, just on the very outer corner of the lower lash. So I just picked up a little bit more of this matte shade on the end, and I'm just gonna drag that under the lower lash line, and then also use it to connect it to the shadows on the top. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this yet. I may have to go on top of this, but I'm gonna try this first shade on my to highlight my brow. I hope that's picking up on camera because I feel like it's super light. I hope you guys can see it, but it is kind of almost like blending right in with my skin tone. So you may not be able to make that out on camera, but hopefully you can. And I think I am going to go in with the liquid shadow for my inner corner. So this isn't a first impression on this one because I have used this before, but I'm just going to dab a little bit of this right into my inner corners. And I'm just going to take a brush just to blend it out a little bit. I actually don't like how this blends out with a brush, but I feel like I didn't have that issue last time I used this. That liquid shadow is actually kind of hard to blend out with a brush. I don't remember having that issue last time I used it. So I'm going back into, this is the Cream and Sugar palette. I'm going into this shade here, and I'm going to use that on my inner corner. I'm just going right over top of that liquid shadow, and I'm just going to blend the two in together. Maybe the last time I used that liquid shadow, maybe I didn't blend it out with a brush. I don't remember, but I just didn't know that that was going to happen. I felt like the brush was just like picking the liquid shadow back up, and I didn't want that to happen. Okay, so that is my eye look so far. I really enjoyed using this palette, which I thought I was going to, but I did not like this one. So there's that. I feel like overall this is not working out today with these e.l.f. products, but we're going to keep it moving. So I did not buy a new bronzer and blush from e.l.f. Those are two areas where I just didn't really see anything that caught my eye. I didn't think any of the bronzers were going to be dark enough for me, and the blushes, they had a couple of blushes that they looked okay, but just nothing really caught my eye. So for bronzer, I'm gonna be using, I got a lot of setting powder all over the place, but for my bronzer, I'm gonna be using the bronzer shade that's in the Tammi X Revolution Paradise Glow palette. So this is the bronzer shade here. It's called Bronze Goddess, and I'm using this one because this is a very inexpensive face palette, so I just want to stick with inexpensive products today just because e.l.f. is a very affordable brand. This is a really nice bronzer shade on me. It's not my favorite bronzer, but it is really nice. The only thing about this palette though, I mean, I feel like it should kind of like come with a disclaimer, like it needs to say like warning, super pigmented or something, because you do have to be like really careful when you're applying this because it's really pigmented, especially like this bright orange blush shade. I mean, just a very little tiny bit goes a very long way, which is good in terms of like getting your money's worth. But I feel like this palette is so pigmented that it's kind of hard to use. Alright, so that did an okay job of putting some kind of life back into my face. I'm still not crazy about how my face looks. I'm going to take the residual bronzer and just lightly tap over my chin, kind of like the center of my face. So yeah, that looks better because I have some dimension going on, but I'm still not crazy about how my makeup looks right now, but oh well. So for my blush, I'm going to be using the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Blush. This one is in the shade Summer Breeze. That's what this one looks like. I just bought this in a recent Sephora and Ulta haul. I got this one from Sephora. No, Ulta. But again, I'm using this one because it's another inexpensive brand and I have already tried this blush in another color and I really like it. So this color though, I know I'm gonna like better than the one that I've already tried before. But these blushes, they just apply like so smooth on your skin. It's like silk. It really is. These blushes are really nice. They come in like maybe 5 different colors. And for highlighter, I'm gonna be trying the, what is this called? I hope I didn't throw it away. The packaging. This is the Metallic Flare highlighter in the shade Rose Gold. It looks very pretty, so I'm hoping that this works out because I need something to like lift my spirits with this makeup today. Already trying to pick this up in the pan. I feel like I'm not getting anything on my brush, but maybe I am, so let me stop tapping into it. This is not working out. This is not working out. I'm rubbing it, you know, maybe there's like some kind of film on it that needs to come off. So that's on my finger there, but I don't want to apply this with my finger. No, there's just nothing. I can't pick anything up on my brush. It's like a baked highlighter and it's like too baked or something. Like, I think you can see the highlighter on my cheek there, but I don't know, it's just not, no, it's like a, no, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is one of the products that I was really looking forward to, but I just don't like this. Okay, so looking at my face, I don't know if it's the way that the light is catching my face, but I feel like this under eye is darker than this one, and I'm trying to decide if I want to try to fix that because I'm afraid that if I try to fix anything, I'm just gonna make it worse. What the heck, what could be worse than this, right? I'm gonna take that light concealer. This is Tan Walnut. I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit right there. I think that looks a little better. I don't know if it's the way that the light is on my face. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone, but that does look a little bit better. But let's keep it moving. The next new product is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and this is supposed to be up to a 16-hour wear. So this stuff has like some key ingredients in it. Green tea, cucumber, and aloe. I hope this doesn't have like any kind of a scent to it, but you can hear that little ball in there. It says on the back of it that some of the formula may settle, so you're supposed to like really shake it up each time you use it. It does have a light refreshing scent to it. Like, I like the scent of it. It's nice. Okay, so finally a product that is okay so far. I do feel like now I put a little bit more highlighter than I thought over here, so I'm just going to tone that down a little bit. That setting spray is really nice. It's nice and refreshing. I can kind of smell the cucumber. It's really nice. I like that. I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner and mascara, but I'm gonna be doing these off camera like I always do because it takes me a while to put these on. So first I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. This is the Precision Liquid eyeliner, and then I don't have an e.l.f. mascara because I forgot to order one, but I do still have this old one here. This is the e.l.f. Plump It Up mascara, and this is just too dried out for me to use. So once my mascaras start to dry out, I put a little contact lens solution in there to like bring it back to life. I've already done that once with this, and this is just, there's no more product in here, so I can't use it, but just take my word for it that this is one of the best mascaras at the drugstore. This mascara is amazing, and it cost $5, and I meant to order another one and I forgot. So instead I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect mascara. This is another product that I bought in my recent haul video. So I'm going to be putting these on off camera, and I will be right back. So this eyeliner is okay. I thought it was a little difficult to use though. It's definitely not as stiff or as precise as the NYX liquid liner, but it's doable. It's just not my favorite. And even though this isn't part of the e.l.f. haul, this is my first time using this mascara, and I really like this. So there's a plus because I'm not really feeling this e.l.f. makeup today. But anyway, I'm gonna finish everything off with my lips. I didn't buy a new e.l.f. lip product because I know e.l.f. has quite a few lip products to choose from, but just nothing that really caught my eye, you know. So I am going to be using one of the e.l.f. matte lip pencils, but before I use this, I'm going to do a lip liner. So this is the Wet n Wild gel lip liner. This one is in the shade Plum Together. This isn't the lip liner that I usually pair with this lipstick, but I just want to see how it looks for today, because I think this one would go nicely with my eyeshadow. And this is the e.l.f. matte lip color in the shade Praline. I don't know why they call these matte, because there's really nothing matte about them. I think I have 3 of these. There's nothing matte about these lip pencils at all. So I'm gonna start putting this in the center of my lips, and then I'm also gonna go over the lip liner with this. And then I'm going to top that with the Makeup Revolution lip topper in the shade Exquisite. So this is kind of like a rose gold type shade. When these first came out, I thought that they were kind of like dupes for Fenty glosses. I think they were meant to be, but they're really not. They are really nice and shiny, but the formula of it is not comparable to Fenty. Okay, so I just went ahead and put my hair down, and I do have earrings on, but y'all can't even see them. But anyway, this is my finished look using a whole bunch of e.l.f. products for the first time. And to be honest with you, I do not like my makeup today. I think my face just looks off. That's really the only word that I can think of to describe it. I think my face looks kind of like dull and ashy and kind of grayish looking. And I know a big majority of that is this foundation, so I highly doubt I will use this again. Mixing it with this concealer, it definitely helps, but the foundation is just not the right shade for me. They don't have a shade that I can use in this foundation. This powder, I'm so disappointed in this powder. I was really looking forward to this. I don't know, I just feel like it made my makeup look even worse. But I think before I completely give up on this, I will try this with another foundation that I'm very used to. Maybe it'll look better. Maybe the whole issue of all of this is the base of all of my makeup. So I'm not going to totally give up on this yet. I am going to keep this out so I can use it again, because I was just so excited to find a pink powder from e.l.f. because I didn't even know that they had this. This highlighter is another one that I was so excited about. This highlighter looks so pretty, but I just don't like it. Like, I did end up putting on more than I thought, so I guess it is a bit more pigmented than I thought, but even for the amount that I put on, for as many times as I dipped into the pan, I just feel like, and especially because this is called metallic flare highlighter, like I was expecting, like, you know, a metallic flare, and I didn't get that. So I did not like this one at all. The primer was okay. Like, I feel like I would actually use this again, but I also just bought that Tasha liquid silk canvas primer, and I've been using that like crazy, really just to use it up and get my money's worth. But this was okay. I did really like this setting spray. I think this is really nice, which is great because I'm about to run out of my Fenty spray, so I feel like before I buy another Fenty spray, I think I'll just transition to this. This one was really, really nice. And like I said, I knew I was gonna like this eyeshadow palette because I had already used another one. I really feel like I'm gonna go back and get all of these. I think they come in like 6 different color schemes. The formula of these eyeshadows is just like, it's awesome. You really need to try them, and they're only $3. Like, these are really, really good. So I feel like that's pretty much it. I mean, generally speaking, I'm disappointed in how my makeup turned out today, but like I said, I think the base of it is this. So I feel like I need to put this aside and maybe try these concealers and that setting powder with another foundation and see how I like it. But you know, that's the whole point in testing out different products, just to see, you know, what works and what doesn't work. So unfortunately, this really didn't work for me. But let me know what you think. Am I like over exaggerating? Does my makeup look okay? I don't like it, so I'm ready to take this off. But anyway, I really hope that y'all enjoyed the video today. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe before you head out today, and I really hope to see y'all back here for my next video. Until then, take care. Have a good one. Bye.